Hey everyone, my name is Hunter Markham. Today I'm going to be presenting on Nrel's South Table Mountain campus. So just a little brief site information. It's located in South Table Mountain, Golden, Colorado. That's where the campus is. The year built, it was developed over several decades with recent expansions. Square footage, the energy systems integration facility is about 182,000, and then the research support facility is about 362,000. So the building type, it's a research lab, office space, and support facilities for all that occupy the building. So just some of the project team and stakeholders. So the owner is the U.S. Department of National Renewable Energy Laboratory, NREL. The architects on the project, Smith Group for Energy Systems Integration, R&L Design, Research Support Facility, the Davis Partnership Architect for Research in the Innovation Laboratory. Going over to the engineers, Martin and Martin Consulting for Civil, KL&A for Structural, and then one of the general contractors on the job, J.E. Dunn Construction. Moving over to mechanical and structural, it would be Hazelden Construction as the GC for the research support facility, PVS for the steel fabrication, and then stakeholders, obviously Jefferson County, City of Golden, local community organizations, industry partners, and the academic institutions. So the delivery method for this project is a design build. They also utilized integrated project delivery and design build in the research and innovation lab. So now moving on here to the Greens rating. For the certifications, the Energy Systems Integration Facility scored LEED Platinum, and then for the Research Support Facility also scored a LEED Platinum. Just for a couple sustainability strategies, net zero energy design, and renewable energy generation, extensive use of daylighting and high performance building envelope to keep it comfortable and cool for all who use the building every day, advanced energy monitoring and control systems, and then water conservation for low flow fixtures and native landscaping. So I just wanted to touch on a couple of the site highlights. Obviously, this is a overview shot of the campus there in Golden. So unique ventilation air quality systems. So it's important that the facility has a unique ventilation system that's optimized for both energy efficiency and air quality. It's highlighted how this system circulates fresh air while reducing energy use, creating a comfortable environment that just supports the occupant's health. This is just a testament to NREL's commitment to designing spaces that promote a well-being, sustainability, and it just focuses on the people that are there and to make sure they're comfortable, as well as providing a product that's very sustainable. To go over to net and zero energy design. So one of the most impressive features, in my opinion, of the research facility is its net zero design. As the construction manager mentions in the quote below, the building achieves net zero by generating as much energy as it consumes, largely through an extensive solar panel array and highly efficient energy systems. So exactly right, you can see the quote under there. The building generates as much energy as it consumes thanks to its cutting-edge solar and energy efficient system. So Philip Macy, construction manager from that project, that's just a really interesting design. You hear a lot of times of things that overconsume, overconsumption, and this facility actually gives back to the grid because it generates that much energy. So going over to advanced daylighting, not one of the most flashy, but really important. This facility incorporates an advanced daylighting system, which reduces the need for artificial lighting and enhances indoor comfort. According to a project stakeholder on this job, natural lighting has been maximized throughout the strategic placement of windows and skylights. This feature not only saves energy, but also creates a healthier and more comfortable environment for just everyone working there. So that's just another brought up again how important it is that they focus on their employees and the people in there. And it's not just about creating the most efficient facility, but it's also about the people and to make sure they're comfortable. So moving on to high efficiency water recycling. So given the arid climate in Colorado, water conservation is critical. The facility has an advanced water recycling system that captures, treats, and reuses water on site. As a manager explained, this system conserves water resources and aligns with NREL's focus on sustainability. It's a powerful example of how buildings can reduce their environmental impact even in challenging climates. So exactly, Philip Macy again, our water system reuses and recycles water, conserving resources in this arid region. So him touching again on another quote about just the conservation of this facility. So moving on again, sustainability and locally sourced materials. The project team here selected sustainable and locally sourced materials to minimize the environmental impact and support the local economy. Macy notes that by choosing materials with low embodied energy and sourcing them locally, they reduce both transportation emissions and the facility's overall carbon footprint. So you think about if you can get these materials from a closer source or supplier, that really cuts down on those trucking, shipping, however you need to get it there, and especially in Golden, Colorado, it's not always getting easy to get things there. It's not near a coast or in a major city itself. So moving on here to unique ventilation and air quality systems. The facility has a unique ventilation system that's optimized for both energy and efficiency, as well as air quality. It's highlighted how this system circulates fresh air while reducing energy use, creating a really comfortable environment that supports the occupant's health. This feature is just a testament again to Nrel's commitment to designing spaces that promote well-being and stability, and that's all about keeping your people happy. And if you're going to provide a great facility, a sustainable facility, it needs to be comfortable and workable. So this is the Nrel Research Support Facility. So this is a evolution of design, construction processes, material selection, and sourcing. Just some pros and cons I wanted to touch on about that. So first, design and construction process. The pros are definitely integrated project delivery, which encourage collaboration, streamlined communication, decision making, fast track construction processes, save some time, and achieve LEED Platinum. So cons would be initial setup for IPD. It just requires significant setup. Balancing input from stakeholders was, of course, challenging in a project like this, and then potential delays in aligning all parties to that unified goal. So for material selection, the use of sustainable and locally sourced materials, of course, a positive. High performance materials enhance energy efficiency, and materials contributed to a net zero energy goal, which are all great things when talking about material selection. But with that comes premium costs with these high performance materials, limited availability. Certain sustainable materials are just not as popular as the cheaper, more easy to come by, and then required thorough vetting to ensure compatibility with goals. It's not just slapping down whatever material. You really need to do research to make sure it will grant you those sustainability goals. Sourcing, pros, with touching on prioritize local suppliers to reduce transportation emissions, which is what I kind of touched on before, is to find those products locally. Foster relationships with green certified vendors, of course, and supported regional economy through local sourcing. That's just an additional plus to that, getting these local products. Cons, limited suppliers, of course, potential delays due to supply chain constraints, and then higher costs for specific certifications and standards. Which these cons are, of course, going to happen when you're really trying to create a really special product and a unique product. So this is just an analysis of the construction field practices, waste management, stormwater, indoor quality, turnover. Um, so first touching on construction waste management, obviously recycle and reuse materials, minimize that landfill impact, and then LEED credit was construction waste management. So next on stormwater management, of course, erosion control and pollution, utilize green infrastructure, and then this little picture on the side here is referring to a piece of equipment that tests the moisture in the ground below it. So you can see it's right by a solar panel there, and it just collects data and information based on how much moisture is under there. So indoor environment quality. So of course you want to improve air and light quality, enhance health and comfort, and then LEED EQ credit was indoor air quality. Just commissioning and turnover on the backside of things are, you always want to verify system performance and make sure it's staying up to date. A facility like this, it's important that it runs at a very high rate. And then you want to reduce post occupancy issues, things that come up. You just want to get those all straightened out, and then LEED EA credit, enhance commissioning. So just a couple innovation strategies I wanted to touch on quickly. The ones employed were beyond net zero, which I touched on before. On-site photovoltaics produce more energy than the facility consumes, exploiting surplus to the grid, which I just think that is really incredible. Thermal mass cooling is a passive design and minimizes heating and cooling demands. And then just a few opportunities for further innovation. I would say of integration of living building principles, water reuse systems, and regenerative design. And then, of course, you need to touch on AI when looking towards the future. AI-driven building management, dynamic optimization for energy and operations. Just a supporting quote on that from a team member was the Nrel facility exemplifies how innovative design can achieve unprecedented sustainability in the built environment. So that was a special quote. And just a couple of my key takeaways here. So sustainability is at the core of what they do. LEED Platinum certified design with innovative energy strategies. Net zero consumption achieved through these advanced renewable energy systems. Innovative building features. So daylighting, as I touched on earlier, is reduced artificial lighting needs by 92%, which is a really high number. Community and collaboration. Of course, Nrel focused on spaces designed to foster collaboration and innovation among these researchers. Um, Cutting edge technologies. So rooftop photovoltaic systems generate on-site renewable energies. Very, very important, of course. Green site development, landscape features, native plants, and efficient water management systems. Another important aspect of it that I thought was important to touch on. And then these are just my sources and various citations from the research done. So thank you for listening to me today.